Okay, this is the first video that I'm making to see if I can show how to replicate several issues I'm having with Windows PC and a Panasonic W95a television. This is a high refresh rate 4K display. It's good for up to 4K at 144 hertz. And if you notice right now, we're getting some pretty extreme ghosting. If I pivot or move the camera around, it makes the game look like a mess. I can confirm that we are currently at only 60 frames per second. Now, if we back out of here, just open up Windows. Well, first, let's go into the settings in the game. Settings, 3D options, frame rate. We're set to 144 hertz with VSync on. Now, if I turn VSync off, we can see that the frames jump up to 144 frames per second. If I go into the options for the television, we can see that VRR is set to on at 60 hertz. Now, this is strange because if we go into our Windows settings, we're set to 144 hertz. If I open up NVIDIA control panel, I can't set it to anything higher than 60 hertz. Now, remember that ghosting. All I'm gonna do is turn off dynamic refresh rate. Now that automatically switches desktop mode from 60 or 120 hertz to 144 hertz. Meanwhile, VRR is still turned on the television. Now it's set to 144 hertz. If we go back to our game, we're going to see that that ghosting is gone. VSync is off. We're at 144 hertz. Turning VSync on stays stable at 144 frames per second. We'll do the same thing with one other game. Let's go ahead and set everything back to dynamic refresh rate on. Now back in NVIDIA control panel, we're back down to 60 hertz as our highest refresh rate. We'll open up Mass Effect. And I have a save loaded in another one of these offending areas. It seems specifically to be certain colors. Again, the TV is good for 144 hertz at 4K. And we're just going to notice that there is some significant ghosting. Like on the face there. You can see it when I turn and move around. Looks terrible. It's very, very noticeable. VRR on the television is enabled. And just to show it again, VRR is on, but only at 60 hertz, which is, VRR doesn't even work. At 60 hertz, it's pointless anyway, right? So we're gonna go back out, go back to our NVIDIA control panel. We'll see that it is still at 60 hertz. Going back to Windows display settings, we're set to 144 Hertz at 4K. We're going to turn off dynamic refresh rate. Now VRR is still on the television. Now we're back in video control panel and we can hit 144 frames per second. Open up Mass Effect. And that ghosting is gone. If I turn off VRR on the television, it literally makes no difference at such high refresh rates. We're already hitting 144 Hertz anyway. We can then leave VRR off and take advantage of the dynamic backlighting. Apparently this TV can't do both at the same time. So that's just, it's a really strange issue that I came across. I contacted Panasonic support. As far as I can tell, there aren't a lot of people having this issue, but there is one Reddit post specifically with the same hardware, same television, same issue, and no resolution. So I'm posting this for Panasonic support, and anyone who has any input on this, I would really appreciate any solutions.